hear Doja Cat. That's her. That's her
Yeah.
ad-lib. So give
Mhm.
a song to her.
It
This
definitely,
her song.
I don't know. I feel like it's okay that she's still finding herself, but
Is
I
it
just
3 albums in? You still finding yourself?
I feel like as an artist, you don't ever, you evolve over time. But I do think, because here's the thing, especially with female artists, female rappers specifically, I feel like Meg, right? People will sit here and be like, oh, Meg sounds the same all the time. And I'm like, people said that about Nicki at one point. She sounds the same all the time. Everything sounds the same. So it's like, did she discover her style and hone in on her style? Or like, I'm confused. If you just don't like her sound, then you just don't like her sound. But
Yes,
I really do feel
that's a
like
different thing.
has different sounds,
Yeah.
but if you don't listen to her albums or her music or give it a chance, you're just gonna think that she's rapping like Pimp C all the time. But
And
that's
it's just
not
like
the case.
she's from Texas. What do like some
That
things is
too.
like what do you expect if you grow up listening to a certain thing? Like even singers, like you can tell singers who grew up listening to Michael Jackson because they
Mm-hmm.
instinctually try to implement Michael Jackson like things into their
Mm-hmm.
music. Like you can hear like, oh, I hear the influence in this.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that it ends up being like more acceptable in like non-rap.
Mm-hmm.
Then people
But
be like
also,
open to it versus like with rappers, it's kind of like they get stuck and it's like, oh, everybody has to be 100% individual. And it's just
mm-hmm.
like that. Everybody gets musical inspiration from other things like, oh, I like this artist. Oh, I like this. I like this. I grew up listening to this. So I instinctually kind of do things that
Mm-hmm.
way.
But I also feel like with Lotto's new song, yes, I agree, it does sound like a Doja Cat-ish type of song. But I also feel like the verses were weak. It wasn't memorable. And normally her verses like memorable. I don't know. It's like I get you're trying to find something new. I don't know what it is. It sounds very cutesy, but I don't know. I'm gonna live with it a little bit before I judge because it's like I'm not ready to let Lotto go. I still think she one of them ones or could be one of them ones. At some point, you're gonna have to show and prove, not just show. But I also wanted to add, circling back to like Meg, I feel like people in general don't really appreciate Southern rap, like old school Southern rap, like how they should. Because when Atlanta came and they sound like new Atlanta. They don't sound like original Atlanta or like them franchise boys Atlanta. And I feel like regionally music, and I think that's what we appreciate about the West Coast. Identity wise, it sounds like West Coast music. No matter what type of rapper it is, whether you're Kendrick down to YG, you still sound like you're from the West Coast. Whereas like on the East Coast, New York rappers don't sound like New York rappers no more. Atlanta
Yeah.
rappers sound like Atlanta rappers, but they also sound like melodic slash like you don't know what. I don't know. I feel like I miss when music was regional because when I tell you I was a YouTube kid, like I knew about bounce music, I knew about Chicago music in Chicago's dance scene, like I knew about like all these different things, and that's what made music fun to me. Now everybody trying to do the same type of stuff and not having their own like regional identity, it just gives boring. So I do appreciate Meg for keeping her Southern roots. Like, yes, she has commercial pop stuff too, but it's like I don't want all y'all to sound the same. I like different flavors of things, men and women, music too. Like I don't know. So
Yeah.
that's my hot take on that.
Yeah. I feel the same. I do like individual sounds. Like
Yeah.
if I want to hear like some real rap shit, fine. I'll listen to New York, but y'all got to bring that back. And
Yeah.
it's not. It's like everybody. I think because Atlanta has been the staple for the last 15, 20 years that everybody is wants that same sound, and it's like it's even the Atlanta rappers. Like
Like you're
I want
chasing.
separation.
You're not. You're
Yeah, it's like
chasing
you're
the hit.
chasing
You're not
the
chasing longevity or individuality, in my opinion.
yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, nah, this ain't good.
You need the artist development because there'd be a lot of people working out shit in real time, which is not bad. But I feel like sometimes you need to run it by somebody else first. And it's just like, have a vision. You can
Mm-hmm.
give, and here we are again. Take a Beyonce approach. I'm going to make this album.
Yeah.
Or
conceptualize
Or even
things.
a Drake approach. If he's gonna put out a Afrobeat sounding album, this is what you're gonna get. If I'm gonna give you a
Right.
house sounding album, I'm gonna give you this. Like, yes, I can execute it and you're going to like it, but there's a clear vision of what we're trying to do. And
Mm-hmm.
things can be that this is for this project. For this project, this was the influence. This is what I'm into. Or Rihanna has done it. Like, we found
Have
love. Like,
eras.
you
Artists
could
having
tell
eras.
our artists having airs, and there's a clear thing. Like, you knew when that style of music came out, Rihanna was partying everywhere, in every fucking country, everywhere. Even you could tell what she was doing. You could tell you've been in the clubs in Paris, you've been in the club in Amsterdam,
Yeah.
she was clubbing.
Mm,
She was everywhere.
okay.
And that was the influence. And it's like, we can appreciate it. Like, that album, damn, what album was that on? I can't remember.
It wasn't loud. It was, yeah.
Unapologetic sounds different from Loud.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's some same elements, it's like, if I remember correctly, Unapologetic came after Loud. I mean, I think it was the very next album after Loud, but I could
Yeah.
be mistaken. But it was like, you could tell the kind of like transition. It was like, you got Only Girl in the World, which was on Loud.
Mm-hmm.
But Rude Boy was also on Loud. So completely different sounds. And I feel like Only Girl in the World just kind of transitioned
We're
into the
skipping an
next album.
album. We're skipping an
Talk
album.
That Talk was
Yeah.
was the album in the middle. I love that album.
Yeah.
Very underrated.
Me too. Honestly,
Still
I
to
think
this
all
day,
of Rihanna's albums, like, they still go triple platinum over here, but you know.
I'd be like, yeah, let's just run Talk That Talk back, front to
Yes.
back. Let's right to the
Yeah.
ground again. But it's like, yeah, it's like you can clearly see all of her different eras, from
Mm-hmm.
the hair, the outfits, like everything was curated and it made sense. And I feel like that's
Mm-hmm.
really what's missing. And
Mm-hmm.
like, it's just too easy. It's too many people just throwing shit out there and trying to see what sticks. And sometimes it's just like, it's very forgettable because it sounds like everything else.
And it's not
Exactly.
cohesive.
Like, there's no projects that's like, okay, this sounds like this goes in order. I feel like a lot of stuff, I could just listen to it on shuffle and it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter. It's just like a playlist. I could just listen to it on shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
There's no intention behind it to listen
And I feel like
in
I can
order.
one thing I can do, I can appreciate Sexy Red for her consistency. Like, you know what her demographic is, you know what she's gonna give, blah blah blah. Most of the time it's really not for me.
I tried. It's
just not for me.
not.
Like, it's cool. Like, if I hear it in the
it's-
club or if I'm outside and I hear, okay, cool. But I'm not about to be driving around, hoochie coochie. I'm not listening to that. Like, I don't want to hear hoochie coochie. I don't want to hear that shit.
I traded Jones runs. That's not what I'm. That's not.
I'm not.
That's not what I'm about.
not. That's not for me. Because every time I hear, I don't. And I hate to say this because I don't want to sound classist or anything like that, but when I hear and see how people look and react to Sexy Red's music, it just gives go take a bath. And that's not my vibe. Like, I'm very bougetto. You know what I mean? Like, I am definitely giving a soft girl, but we going to tote the Glocks in our Brandon Blackwoods. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need a balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So
duality.
Anyway, that's just that on that.
Pony. I feel like I need to know what's going on. Well, I guess maybe we just already dissected what's going on. There's no clear vision.
I think we cracked it.
There's no projects. There's no cohesive. I need the A&Rs to come back. Where did they go? Come back. Come out of retirement. Like, give us artists again. Give us cohesive. Give us projects. Give us something.
They're just focused on. They're just focused. I feel like streaming obviously ruined it, because in order to make money from streaming, you have to have so many streams from the song. And I feel like they're so money focused and money driven that the actual music that they're putting out, nobody cares about. Like, you can't sit here and tell me that half these artists that are putting out EPs or projects, they're not passionate about it. There's no vision. There's no passion. That's why I can respect somebody like Meg Thee Stallion. When she puts out stuff, it's cohesive. The artwork is there. It's her brand. It's her vision. It's her, like, you can hear her voice. If people feel like, oh, she sounds the same all the time, we'll listen to some other songs on the album. But cohesively, I like to hear something like, oh, that sounds like Meg Thee Stallion, or I could hear Meg on this song. Same with Glorilla. They have found their sounds and their image and have really honed in on it. And I don't feel like either one of them are one trick ponies. And I think that's, again, where Lotto is kind of missing it at, because it's like, do you know, like, what's your demographic now? Because I don't know. I think she's confused. Like, yes, you can be the nice southern girl from Atlanta and doing your little Atlanta raps and this, that, and the third. That's cool. And you can also do your pop music, but they just don't seem to marry well with her. But I also feel like authenticity always comes into conversation with her. Not necessarily for me. I just feel like, all right, Lotto is Lotto. But I feel like most people just don't identify with her authenticity as a person because I don't know if it's colorism where they're like, oh, you a mixed girl from Atlanta, you not real Atlanta, you from Clayton County. I'm not from there. I don't know about all that. But I don't know if that's what it is. Like, I think maybe people feel like she's cosplaying. I don't think she's cosplaying. So I don't know. But identity wise, there's some missing connections and pieces of the puzzle. And I think with most artists in general, there's no passion behind the projects, and that's why they come and go so quickly.
This is true because that's what I was going to ask you next. Wow, that was a lot. Because I was thinking, like, in the past 3 years, what are albums that you have gone back to that are just like, this was a good ass album and I have to listen to the whole thing? I can't just pick one, so I have to listen to the whole thing. If I hear, if Apple Music shuffles one song on an album, I'm like, wait, let me just click it. I need to hear the whole thing, like front to back, yet again. And I can't stop listening to it. And I feel like that pool of music has shrunk and shrunk and shrunk and shrunk and shrunk. It's like people put out albums and I might like it at the time, but there's no recall. It's nothing that makes me want to go back to it, even with artists that have been super successful. Like Lotto's album, I felt like it was really good. When I listened to it, the first couple times, it was like, I really like this album, but it just didn't stick long term. Like it came out last year or last summer or, sometime in the fall. And it's like, I don't remember the last time I clicked on it. It was like, it was cool. And it had me like in a chokehold for maybe like 3 weeks. And then I was done.
And that was it. Yeah.
And I haven't gone back to it. And I'm just like, for me, the albums that I have gone back to that I will just say within the last 3 years, take out Beyonce because we all know what Renaissance did, and we all know what Cowboy Carter did. Like, bitch, I still go back and listen to Dangerously in Love. So I listen to that whole catalog. So I will take her out of the mix because that's like a unicorn. Take it out the mix. For me, SOS by SZA, we love her. Like, I can't get enough. I cannot get enough. Hold on. SOS and Kiana Lede's Grudges, like that was her second album. I really, 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 really love that album. And I have to listen to it front and back all the time. And it's just like, what is happening that people don't know how to make a project, an album that sticks, that lasts? Like, we was giving SZA shit, but like, it's been taking too long. Like, where are we, Solana? Come on. And then when she gives it to us, it's like, this was good. Okay. Like, we should have let you cook. My bad, ma'am. We should have let you cook however long. Fine. I like it. And I just don't know what like certain artists are doing that others aren't, or maybe it really, I feel like sometimes, I guess I think maybe in SZA's case is like, we know that she's had, I guess issues with management and her being under TD, and the way that they do things, they release things very strategically, methodically. They think about it before. And she has said that she wants to drop things more frequently. However, I do think that's important to have, a team of people that be like, actually, it's not right now. Or even if they hear your stuff and be like, you could go back and
not ready. Yeah.
It's not ready yet. Like, go back and do it again. Because then when
that's putting quality over quantity, which most people aren't doing because they're so money hungry and driven. Yeah. And I feel like I did live with SZA's album for a long time, but I also think for me, because I consume a lot of content, when you scroll on social media and you keep hearing these clips of these songs, I don't want to go and actually listen to them anymore. Like, I don't go to my iTunes when I'm driving, like, oh yeah, let me put on SZA. I already heard the song 50,000 times on TikTok and Instagram, so I don't really care to hear it. So I'm trying to think, like, there's not really one album that came out within the past 3 years that I just like kept playing over and over again outside of Beyonce. Because when I was thinking about it, I was like, oh yeah, Summer Walker's album. I'm like, that shit came out 4 years ago or however long. Like, it wasn't.
That came.
Yeah.
Like, that was out.
She's
another one. Dry. Because Over It, still over it.
All of it.
I'm waiting for the third. Like, still over it. Like, what are we doing?
I'm still playing session. What's it called? 30? Session 32. I'm still on it. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like also for me, it was kind of hard for me to think about this because I'm like, I don't really listen to music as much as I used to. On Thursdays, going into Fridays, when the new music videos and new songs are dropping, those are the two main days that I'm listening to music. Outside of that, my day to day, I've been more so like a podcast or like streaming and YouTube person, especially working from home. That's my background music. Whereas like when I used to go into the office, music was my background music. So I don't really consume that much music anymore, but also I'm not really interested in listening to that much music right now because
Yeah.
nothing connects.
Nothing
So
connects, nothing sticks.
yeah,
I definitely feel that, like losing interest in
yeah,
music altogether. Because it's like when I get in the car, I will listen to stuff, but for the most part, I go back to shit that I know. Like give me the
hmm
classic, give me the bops. Sometimes
I'm
I
going
don't
back to
even know
Rihanna. I'm
if I
going back
have
to
the attention
Beyonce.
span to
hmm
keep up with all of this shit because it's like, yeah, it's cool today, here today, gone tomorrow, done with that.
hmm Yeah.
Or like some stuff is just catchy. It's just catchy for TikTok. And I don't
hmm
really like the song itself.
Yeah.
It was just the one little part was catchy and I'm done with that. I don't need to hear
hmm
this. I don't need this in my Serato. Like I'm cool
Yeah.
off this. But
You
I
sounded
just
so old in your Serato.
yeah.
Fuck.
Like I just don't know where like what the fuck happened. And
I think
when did it happen?
But I
I
also
don't
think summertime is coming, and I think summertime is more prevalent for music because we're outside, we're going to cookouts, we're doing different things that include music. You're not going to go to a cookout and listen to a podcast. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, no,
so,
but even like
so
in the
I
wintertime,
think
like what happened to the sad girl music in the wintertime? Don't exist. What like
But I think that even goes back to the lifestyle of the community in general. Like these bitches are niggas these days. Like there's no sad emo girl music other than like what Summer Walker, Queen Naja, who y'all refuse to give her a chance. I love Queen Naja's music. I love her. Like
she be saying
I
some
don't.
crazy shit in the lyrics. I'd be like, nah, I can't get with that. That was like
Mhm.
Glorilla saying, "Don't give a fuck about a credit score." Whoa, I can't sing. I don't agree. I don't agree with those
You know,
things.
at that time of her life, she was living fast. I'm sure now she cares about the credit score. You know what I'm saying? It was a different time. It was a different era for us. You know,
Like,
so.
yeah, we can't be singing that out loud. Even some of my faves, I'd be like, I'm gonna have to skip that lyric. Won't be
Yeah, I
saying
can't
that.
say that. There's a two. Like
Yes.
you're almost 40-something-year-old lady talking about. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Gave out my special. I was like, whoa, hold on. Says I don't, no, ma'am. No, I can't get with
I
that for
think
long.
I think in general we have to add the passion back to being a musician or a rapper or a singer, and that'll help their artistry. I think people just putting shit out because this is the career path that I chose and I need to make money. You know.
Not even a career path that they really chose. I be feeling like people. I think a lot of people do things just to do the one-off thing. Like you said, nobody's
hmm
really passionate about it. People who are truly passionate about their music. They treat it like art. Like I'm going to
hmm
take my time and craft something that I believe in. You want something that's going to last. You want something that's going to resonate with people. You want something that's going to have some kind of a longevity. But I
hmm
think labels do play a part in it. It's just like y'all be picking up everybody. Why? There's no reason that just because a song is cute on TikTok, you have to realize that TikTok is microwavable. What's here today will be gone and obsolete in 2 weeks. But
hmm
people getting record deals off of just one song on TikTok, and we've seen plenty of people come and go. And it's just like, yeah, your shit was popping on TikTok, but we ain't heard nothing since.
But
And it's like
I
the
think
labels have adopted the microwave activity. It's just like, yeah, it's like everybody's looking to make quick money. And that's what it seems like. The
yeah.
labels looking to make
But
quick money, just like,
that's the label in general. Because we could even say that about like, for example, we were familiar with Cardi B and her mixtape era, but by the time the label found her and was catching on, it was like, oh, Bodak Yellow, let's hop on that. Or even Glorilla. Like, yeah, she had other songs, but F and F dropped and they're like, hold on, let's get on that because this song is so viral. So I get it, but I feel like if you do that, at least be willing to put the money and the energy behind those said artists so that they don't just become, you know, yeah.
yeah. And it's, but some of them, I feel like you could tell people who are passionate about something versus somebody who just, I'm just here to try to make a buck. I feel like people at the labels are not new to this. Y'all been around the block.
hmm
So y'all really know. Y'all are the people that gave us the artists we have. Y'all know how to curate things. Y'all know what A&R is. You know how important that is. You know how to find real talent. And if people don't have real talent, sometimes y'all should be like, you know what? Y'all don't have that. So no, I'm not signing you.
hmm
keep putting
Yeah.
your music out for free. Like until you figure it out, we're not doing this. And I feel that's why I said like it's like the label is trying to have microwave money. So I'm like, y'all got money problems over there? What's going on? The lights is about to be cut off because it's too much shit that just doesn't make sense. And it's like, how did we do this? Like, I'm sorry, Ice Spice music is trash. How did
Yeah,
we?
I tried to
Why
like
is this
it
a
and I
thing? Like
just can't.
Munch should have just been on TikTok because
Mm-hmm.
there's no longevity in that. It's like ain't heard a peep.
Mm-hmm.
What like why are we giving people an opportunity for one thing? We could go down the list of even just microwavable songs in the past 2 years, and you're like, trash. Never heard back from them. Never heard again, and never to be heard from again. The song was trash to begin with, yet y'all forcing them down our throat. Why? Another one, Lola Brooke. What happened? Where'd it go?
Okay. I think that's more so management because her music is actually good. I feel like she has her own sound, she has her own identity, but I don't think she has a strong team.
What is her label doing?
Exactly.
But that's the thing. It's just like your manager. Where are we putting the energy? We need A&R people. We need people who are in charge of the music. Sometimes people's managers, they don't know shit about music. Like, yeah, I can manage you. I can get deals. I can do all of these other things. I can schedule you, get you interviews. But the actual music per se, that's not your manager's job. So it's just like, what is going on here? I don't know what it is. And I'm not looking at things from like a sales or a numbers perspective. It's just the
Mm-hmm.
quality of what you're putting out.
Right. And
Is because
promotion.
yeah, and promotion is just like nobody is selling really anything. Unless you are the powerhouse artist, nobody is really selling because it's very difficult to do it now. If one person has to stream a song 1,250 times for it to count as one sale, who is listening to one song just that frequently to even make it count? So it's take out sales because that really doesn't necessarily define everybody's success. Is sales. It's like, can you put out a good, cohesive project? Can you have you thunk it up and say, you know what? This is what I want this to be. Now put the team in place that can help you achieve that, from stylists, hair, makeup. Everybody has to be on the same plan, like in order to make shit really work the way that I feel like impacts and stays with people the most.
I agree. I don't disagree. I think these artists need like old school artist development, writing camps, and the things of the nature.
Like
Honestly. And I also
we need
think
the
that like
old school music.
can we go back to not putting out a new album or a project every 6 months? Like at least give your record, your album, whatever, time to breathe and develop. Like this putting out new stuff every 6 months, like no, put something
Or
out.
even every year. Some people
That
can't put
too.
out a project every year. I think that's the Drake effect. I think that really came from Drake, like putting stuff out constantly, constantly. And it's just like everybody can't do that. You got to realize that that's not me. He could do that, but I can't. That's not me.
Yeah.
It's just like we need the old school music
Even with him.
industry back without the nefarious acts. Like
Yeah.
we need the old school methodology without the shitty fucking
Mhm.
contracts. We let's get rid of the 360s. Let's get rid of any unscrupulous activities and
Mhm.
just do our job as music executives appropriately. And there we
I agree.
so yeah, that's my thought on that.
I don't think it's a bad thought.
It's compelling, it's cutthroat, it's chaotic, it's clever, it's controversy and chaos, baby.